And welcome everybody to the Aurora Esports absolute banger of a match we got tonight. We got the Marshmallow Monster Bowl between the Endor Ewoks and the New Guinea Guinea Pigs. This is going to be the end of the season playoff type game where we get to see these two teams play for their bowl championship. Now, I'm War, your caster and host. Joined with me is Typhoon, and we have the one and the only Ninja Drew on prod. But Typhoon, how you doing? What are some of your expectations for this match going in?
I from what I heard, they are playing a little bit silly. they're gonna play a little bit silly, but it looks like they're playing like some serious comp. So a little bit different from what I heard, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect. But this is the first game that I'm seeing Samoa game in Aurora, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's obviously a newer map of Samoa and newer sort of start to the game. Looks like we got Booney on the Rhine against Whalefish on the Zarya, and Booney and the rest of the team actually forced into a room, sort of trying to create whatever space they can, but Whalefish doing such a great job of denying that. Even though Booney shuts down Nuttier, the rest of the team is just trapped inside. Maywell's gonna come out from Centurion to try and create some space, at least give them the chance to reset, and looks like the new Guinea Pigs are starting off a bit slow, but luckily a quick reset.
Yeah, bunkering on the point wasn't a bad idea, but at the same time, like, if they just sit there, wait for something to happen, then usually Ewoks comp has like more advantage on longer fights, so yeah, it'll be hard for them.
Yeah, and that's sort of the advantage of having Rusty Goomba on this roll that just keeps on getting picks. Lure goes down to Goomba. That might be the third time that's happened so far. Corey's already built up that window. They're trying to sustain, but they're not taking any space on point. And Corey goes down. Centurion with this wall just to retreat outwards. Completely shut down there. They're not even able to get the pick on Whalefish during this brawl. Whalefish finds Centurion as well. EMP is going to come out too, and that's just going to be another clean wipe from the Endor Ewoks.
Yeah, that's a big, and they have like almost every ult, and they can just clean up next fight with like grab like Bastion combo and B2. I don't think it will be enough for that. Yeah. Or maybe Bunny hit like she shared to win next fight, but that's not gonna be super easy.
It's so tough when you have Rusty Goomba just constantly poking out your backline, constantly giving the information about where you are. It's gonna really enable Algro with this strike. See what he can find here. Trying to find it on Corey, but actually gets a hit on Corey. That's going to be one of their main DPS or support shut down.
They just grab and separately, but like they clean up with the window Bastion. Oh, I mean, this is very winnable with the support versus like Reaper and support. I mean, double DPS and Lucio.
Yeah, they're definitely able to sort of find some rhythm. They're gonna cap it just before that overtime threshold is hit. But obviously a very tall task for the new Guinea Pigs, as they have one or two ults coming up online for both their DPS, but nothing really else. And I'm sure the sound barrier can sort of mitigate that if well placed.
Yeah, Guinea Pigs are down a lot of ults, so I think Ewoks can just beat the game. That's what they do.
Yeah, but an early pick onto Nuttier is going to disable the sound barrier, make it really impossible for Endor Ewoks to find some momentum in this fight. They're just going to take the loss on that one. Only one ultimate used, that would be Aurora with the dragons, so still not a bad fight from New Guinea Pigs.
Yeah, but like, just Guinea Pig. Yeah, it is a really good fight from the Guinea Pigs, because like they just catch the blood about next fight. Like there's like no big synergy with like a window and this team, but should be fine. They're capturing points. Dropping.
Yeah, now they had Booney drop down on point. Booney's effectively pinned down here. It's such an awkward position. Centurion's going in on the back line, finds a single pick onto EJ, with a point split during this point in time. They may not have the numbers advantage, but they managed to force the overtime situation. Is it going to amount to anything? I don't think it will. Corey, Laura, Booney picking up some stragglers on the point, and Nuttier's left to sort of run for his life against Nathan. But Nathan is a good pick there.
on Oli fight, a Sanctuary just flanked and got like a Curry, and if your Baptist is down versus like a Lucio Baptist mirror, then pretty much like they will lose over time. So very good carry from the Sanctuary.
Looks like fight's gonna start it out with aggro and the ultimate, and it's gonna enable Rusty to find a quick pick. Now the window's gonna be invested on this high ground position, effectively zoning out the entire team, and another zoning ult. The Blizzard from Rusty Goomba is gonna keep them off a point. A beat comes through from Nuttier. The DPS are trying to stay alive for the side of the Endor Ewoks, but one of them's got to jump down, one of them's got to touch the point. That's gonna be Corey. Quick touch through, waiting for the rest of the team to get back, but Corey gets shut down. Now, Aurora with this sort of comeback situation, see if he can get back in. I don't know if Nathan can touch though.
Yeah, Ewoks just layered ult really nicely on the last fight, and like it was really good to see. I felt like it was like a little bit gonna be hard after Bastion failed to get a pick, but like they got they got like out positioned by the Bastion ult, and they just finished with the window. They got like Hanzo with the window maze, so it was a very good fight.
Was quite a good fight. Now, I want to talk to you about something, Typhoon. How do new maps like this how does the meta sort of get formed on these maps? Is it just what usually works on other maps and you just take a guess? Obviously, with Samoa, you have 3 different points, 3 different ways to approach it.
Yeah, so basically 3 different maps, 3 different points. So like 3 different maps will have 3 different meta, but like I don't think I can finish talking about them right now because it's about to start.
It is definitely about to start, and at this moment, I think Booney looking a bit lost, wondering, I guess, what is the strategy from the other team? The new Guinea guinea pigs are all the way up on high ground. Meanwhile, Whalefish and the rest of the Endor Ewoks are camping down on the low ground. This is sort of one of those times where you're on a new map, you may not know the refined strategy, and you're just like sending things, hoping they work best. And I guess we're gonna have to see what works best here. As Whalefish jumping in, but it's actually Lore, the one to find the first and second pick there.
Usually Ewoks comp wanna play slow, but at the same time, like they gotta get poke value and they need to get Zarya energy before they can. So like if they do nothing before point is activated, then they will have a hard time. So, but I really like the rotation there. Like the only if like comp was different, maybe it could have worked better. But yeah.
Yeah, Lore is actually able to do so much in that situation, especially when they're on the low ground. But now we have a complete high ground versus high ground fight. Booney just trying his best to hold down this position. Rusty Goomba obviously going to be looking for these walls, looking for an enabling point in this fight, but it's actually going to be Lore who has the first ultimate, and he's actually going to unleash it here, sending it into the back line, and that's going to find 2 again. That's massive from Lore.
Yeah, I think they need to rotate and find like just keep fake engage and look to just like walk to the point without getting poked by the Junkrat. Like if they just stay in that narrow space against Junkrat, they will just slowly dry out that.
And you think that, like, against a Junkrat, where Whalefish would be able to build up some form of energy, but he's been having so much trouble actually sustaining. And it's hard when Lore just keeps on getting major picks like that on his support line. What can you do to sustain? Booney with the Shatter, not gonna be able to find much of anything. The ult's gonna try to come through from Rusty, but it's actually not gonna get activated. Booney shuts him down too quick. This seems like Endor Ewoks just have control of this map and have the pacing completely found out right now.
They have one last fight, but they don't really have like a clear ultimate. No, actually, they were gonna be able to build like a rest of 2 ult while on beat engage. I think they should be winning this fight.
They should be, but Nathan with that sound barrier, Centurion on the brink of his ultimate as well. It's all about how these ultimates are used, and Endor Ewoks are just gonna unleash 3 all at once. Try and find value in this. They're gonna be able to flip the point, but the new guinea pigs just doing so good of a job of fighting it, just contesting it. They managed to survive. They managed to survive every ult that's thrown at them.
They were completely out of the fight when they were using ult, and somehow Ewoks just keep using the ult when they had nothing to like use it on. So yeah, a little bit raw.
Now it's just gonna fall in favor of the new Guinea guinea pigs. So 1-1. Gonna leave it up to the last point of Samoa to decide exactly who takes it. But yeah, those ults, Typhoon, they felt so early. They felt like they were using the window. They were using the overclock before they really even saw their opponents. And it was in such a position where Booney could just put up a shield. The rest of the team could just play up on that high ground ledge, and they just weren't affected by it.
Yeah, they just use like a full ult like solely for zoning them off the point, and like I think like after they zone them off the point in like one ult, they could like use another ult to actually kill them, but like they just like layered the window overclock and hope them to walk in and pick the window, but that just never happened.
And this is such an interesting decision. This has got to be something last minute from the new Guinea guinea pigs. It felt like their entire team comp just instantly switched up. Genji, Sojourn, and now Booney switching off of the Reinhardt onto the Winston. And they're doing a characteristic high ground take here.
And Whalefish on the Reinhardt. I mean, technically this map is very wide, so it's not good for the Rein comp, and a Whalefish Zarya comp is getting countered by Rein comp, so most team made a reasonable decision, just feel like it will be in favor of the Ewoks in my opinion.
The Ewoks are doing a good job of holding onto this point and finding picks during at the moment. Whalefish doing a great job of protecting his team. It feels like Booney can't even find any solid engages here. The moment that pressure starts coming through, they just get spammed out. Corey manages to hit the orb onto Algro. And Centurion also managing to fall as well. Picks on either side. It's just who's going to be able to come up with it at the end. It's a complete mess on the point. It feels so contested, so awkward. Supports are traded out. Corey's still putting in work on the point though. Rusty Goomba doing his best job to contest the point. He has his translocator put in a good position, but shut down. And Corey with the first ultimate, the aggressive Moira ultimate, it should be enough to capture this point.
Nice 360, Corey. Oh yeah, yeah, that was a really long fight. I kind of expected Whalefish to swap, but since he have a shutter, looks like his thing. This map is just a little bit wide to play Reinhardt in my opinion, but I mean, he got a shutter, which is the fight-winning ult.
That's all about if he can hit it when he actually decides to activate it. Corey goes down independently though, so it's wondering, are they even going to use that? Multiple ultimates are popped in the point though. Rusty Goomba. Whalefish doing their best, and Whalefish actually finds one of the shatter, but on the back line, the people being traded out, he gets traded out as well. Booney with the Primal Rage, seeing exactly what he can find, and Centurion with the ultimate as well. He's gonna be able to find Algro. That's gonna really help the New Guinea guinea pigs sustain on this point. Even though Whalefish has gotten back in time, the rest of his team's already fallen apart.
Are they staying? Yeah, they're staying.
It seems like they're going to commit to this brawl composition a bit more, but it's so hard to target them.
Yeah, like this point is just so wide that like they can just simply just stay away from Reinhardt, and it will be just so hard for the viewers.
And they have no way to take Lore off this high ground position. He's completely enabled on this point. He's going to decide to jump down, decide to take it to Algro, and manages to get traded out. But Booney's just in there. The moment that the team looks back at Lore, the rest of the team just starts suffocating in. Whalefish, though, doing a good job of sustaining on the point. Rusty Goomba manages to find two massive picks, especially that one on Corey, who almost had Coalescence. And it looks like the Endor Ewoks are going to be able to flip over the point, but it might just be too little too late because both supports are going to be coming online, and I'm not seeing much from Endor Ewoks.
Booney is going back for that honorable Rein duel, and just based on the ult, they can just simply just engage with the Moira ult and finish before beat is activated, but like beat is pretty close, so
it's all about how quickly Corey activates his Coalescence here and how aggressive he can get with it. But Beat's online right now. It's going to be activated by Nuttier, so support ult for support ult. Whalefish is going to dive in again, finds Centurion. Massive pin by Whalefish right there. Now Booney versus Whalefish. Talk about the characteristic grind duel, and it looks like at the moment the fight's just happening around them. Eventually, Whalefish is going to win it out, but instantly gets traded out by Lord. Now, an awkward fight on point. Both Georgians playing for their life. Both have one support up. Nutter's gonna be the first one to fall though, and Corey's just been so dynamic, fighting with 4, taking the point, capturing it back for the team. There may be respawns in the favor of Endor, but with 2-3 people already back, I don't know how quickly they can hit a solid recontest here.
Yeah, each team just get like pick after pick, and like there was like a very close fight. Engaging with the that was such a pick.
And Rusty Goomba with a big find. That's gonna be Booty shut down. Whalefish is still able to sustain, still able to stay alive on point. Him with a massive find onto Corey as well. They're hunting for Corey on the way out, and they're gonna be able to get him.
Nice. Yeah. Well, EJ have a ult. I personally think healing would be just not a little bit not enough for the team comp right now, but yeah, they can just engage with Kitsune to build like rest of ult. Their rest of ult is like slightly behind, so yeah, I really want to see only Kitsune engage, and it's happening right now.
Endor Ewoks opting to engage from like 3 different angles. They send Rusty from run angle. That's gonna find the pick onto Corey. Meanwhile, Algo is putting pressure on the back line with the Sombra. He's still doing so. This is a very effective fight.
He has
managed to force it. He needs to build it. So many ults.
Yeah, they just need to build EMP and beat what beat is there. They just need to be sure to build EMP. Oh, they got a pick.
There's all on Centurion for the massive blade. Centurion and Corey both go in. Booney gets the shadow too. This is massive. Are they able to sustain? Whalefish goes down, but they're effectively going to take out the backline and Nathan. So now it's Corey, Booney, Centurion, all 3 brawling on the point, seeing if they can find anything. And a massive pin from Booney sends Elgro to the grave. Now Rusty Goomba, EJ, contesting on the point. Gore's back though. Overclock in possession. They're going to flip the point back. Is somebody going to be able to contest? Whalefish is back on Doomfist.
They really needed that EMP, but like Booney just got a pick on the Sombra. That was like so big.
But there may be a chance still. Al goes back, looking for the EMP, finds multiple. Corey's shut down. It's a big pick. It's just Nathan surviving the ring from the team at the moment, seeing what he can do. And he comes up massive, finds 2. Rusty Goom is not going to come back in time to touch. And oh my gosh.
That Booney's pin on the Sombra on last fight was just so big. Like they literally could have won off that EMP, but like Booney just pinned him before he actually EMP'd. That was like so unfortunate for the Ewoks.
And at that point in time, like their entire team, all of the new guinea pigs were just grouped together. Just a rough fight. And I would be asking you, yo, like, where are we going next? But it looks like Nuttier's already decided. They're taking the Ryan versus Ryan on King's Row.
Interesting.
And it looks like
Team swap places? What do you mean?
all right, Typhoon, looks like the map pick is going to be King's Row, and a pretty big swap coming out as well. Rusty and Nuttier swapping. Rusty apparently shape-shifting onto his support role, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Right.
Yeah, what do you think about this? What do you think about this King's Row? It looks like we're gonna have another Whalefish versus Booney. We haven't really seen the Ryan on Ryan all that much. We saw it 2 fights at the end of Samoa, but I'm excited because these seem like 2 of the most brawl-heavy teams on paper.
Yeah, I honestly haven't seen much of Reinhardt from the Whalefish, so I'm kind of excited to see what's gonna happen here. And I think the last map on the Samoa was not really like ideal for the Ryan duel in my opinion, because like it was just too wide and everyone can walk away from it. But like in King's Row, Reinhardt it is considered as a Reinhardt map for many players, and yeah. So and this map is narrow and pretty good to play get value from the Reinhardt. So yeah, it will be much more interesting to see Ryan Joel on this map.
Yeah, and we'll see if they actually do go with Ryan, or I know you talk highly of the dive on King's Row as well, Typhoon, and we'll have to wait and see. Whalefish saying lock Doom instead, though. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I personally think dive is so much better on this map, in my opinion. Even though a lot of people say it's Ryan map, and I do understand where it's coming from. It is fun to do Ryan duel on King's Row, but like I think dive just wins. So like, yeah, that's what I believe. But oh, they are doing the Doomfist duel. I like that. I like that.
Hey, we're finally gonna see a respectable tank duel, one-on-one. Nuttier says we have the worst comp to Grace King's Row, and I'm looking at this composition. What's the plan here on defense?
I don't think it's bad. I think the Ewoks comp it looks pretty solid in comp standard. Obviously, like if like team games it is pretty bad. He's right, but like I don't think it's that bad in like a comp standard. Like every character will get a lot of value. Defense comp looks pretty good to me. On an attack comp looks fine. I just feel like Mei and Lucio is like just a little bit away from rest of team. Oh, they're not.
Oh, that's so that Booney. That is the most dishonorable thing I have ever seen in my life. Sees the composition, instantly switches to the Reinhardt. So now we got Whalefish on the Doomfist and Booney on the Rhine. Got a battle of a brawl versus more of a dive competition. And it looks like Algo's already putting down some pressure onto Corey in the back line, which is creating a bit of confusion for the rest of the team. But Booney's already in. Booney gets the first pick on a Nuttier here.
Warden on the high ground is getting a lot of attention. He's creating a lot of value. Well, even though he's gonna get punished, but like he created space for the entire team, which is pretty big.
And it feels like the Endor or the new Guinea pigs just able to walk wherever they want. There's not much contention at all from the side of the Endor Ewoks. I mean, obviously, Whalefish is able to jump on, put some pressure down, but is he able to shut anybody down? Yes, he's able to find Centurion on his first pick. Now with the rest of the team running down towards Booney, they're gonna be able to find that elimination too. Force off.
Whole point of playing dive on the King's Row is having a control on the high ground, and they, even though they had the dive comp, they were like so late at contesting lower, which was not good. But they made a good recontest back to the point, and they actually like didn't let them kept single pick. Aurora got the pick.
Aurora is looking absolutely monumental here, just because he's able to create so much space. And now the entire team for the Endor Ewoks just stuck inside the room. A Shadow tries to come through, but it's actually going to come back and bite Booney. Nutier's going to find that pick. 44 on the point. Lore finds the next one. Lore at the overclock, looking to find whoever. Rusty's doing a good job of shutting this down so far. Finally, he goes down. Lore's just existing. Whalefish with a big meteor strike as well, though.
They should stop going into the hotel, because like when they have jump red, it's just that space. It's almost impossible to contest, in my opinion. Like, it's just, they will just die as soon as they get into the hotel. Nuttier is just like camping that room to control that space.
Nuttier holding onto the Riptire right now. He's gonna unleash it.
Oh,
Rusty Goomba's in as well. Massive! Oh my gosh, Nuttier. That's both supports down. This fight looks so well for the Endor Ewoks. I don't even know if they're gonna let Centurion out with his life. Actually manages to get booped over the point. Gonna be forced backwards and forced all the way into the spawn room.
Guinea pig will need to just speed and take the high ground. Like I personally think, like in a hotel, like there's nothing that they can do, in my opinion. Or just straightly go to the point behind the statue. That's the two options.
Hey, one way to take the high ground is just swap the pharmacy. And to be fair, what can Whalefish do about that? What can Nuttier do about that? Not much, unless Algo comes up with a big EMP like he did there.
Thing is, Sombra is really good against Pharmacy right now. The new Sombra buff is just really strong against Pharmacy.
And Algo's doing a great job of hunting it. Shuts down. So even though Corey gets the res, it's another DPS for the new Guinea pigs taken out. And now they're looking to be...
I personally believe like a Sombra is like first or second best DPS to counter Pharmacy right now. Like I don't think any other can counter Pharmacy as much as Sombra. See, like as far as getting destroyed.
Yeah. Centurion's just being taken out of the air. Booney tries to go for the shatter. Kind of whiffs it there.
Huge contest from the Rusty Kumba, even though he died.
Yep, but they have DJ's ultimate up as well. They do get find a big pick on Nuttier before he can generate Riptire. Booney just existing on the point. They have Laura up on the high ground. They're gonna send him down. They're gonna get the point.
Yeah.
Almost.
Lofish just failed to contest high ground, unfortunately. Like, he tried to slam it, but just get missed. That's a little bit unfortunate. He tried. Oh, Nuttier's cooking something. Interesting.
I mean, Booney's cooking something too, apparently. I don't know if you see how deep inside the entire team he is, but
yeah, everyone is cooking.
Everybody on their team, all looking to cook. Nuttier does have, yeah.
Oh, they heard it.
Nuttier's still up on this high ground, effectively still cooking, but
Too much.
I think this might be burnt at this point in time. Like the card
Yeah,
progress
it
is
is
already like done.
It is burned.
Yeah, and now he's been completely exposed. That's to really send himself back out.
Yeah.
Laura realizes exactly what's happening here, and I think now we're gonna get a little bit more of a respectful 5-on-5. Other than Booney creeping up on this high ground, wondering, okay, who can we pin here? Finds Nuttier, but he's gonna get surrounded by the entire team. Hack comes through, pressure comes in, manages to get out though. EMP is massive though, finds 5.
Nice.
Wait, more? Pause? Wait. Pause?
No way.
More?
No way.
Pause?
No
Pause?
way.
1v5? Oh, nah. Okay.
I mean, he almost did it. He almost
did it. Hey, I gotta give him props for that one. Lost the fight, won my respect.
Yeah, he did good. Almost didn't. That could have been huge.
If only his entire team didn't get like EMP'd, then Riptired. Alpha, sorry.
Willfish is just trying to contest Aurora a little bit too much. I don't think that's a good idea.
And he gets shut down because of it as well. Corey still has that Valkyrie popped up, and feels like the fight's already won on second point of King's Row. There's nobody really to get in catch. Booney's already jumping in the backline, and even with the Sombra going for all the hacks they can, Laura's doing a great job of protecting the Farm Mercy now.
Yeah, at this point, I think, I don't know Willfish plays Diva or not, but at this point, I think it would be so much better if he plays Diva. Oh, Rusty Goomba is, yeah, I mean, he was only Larry. Yeah, like, Sombra is pretty definitely good countering for her, but it'll be hard to engage when they already got a space.
And they have so much to really work with here because on third point in King's Row, the high ground's obviously important. Whalefish can jump up, he can contest it, he can put pressure on the Pharah, he can put pressure on the Mercy, he can put pressure on Lore, but not many people can really jump up and help, and when you have people like Lore and Centurion shooting you from this high ground position, holding on to ultimates, it's so massive. DJ going for an attempt with the Kitsune rush. At this point in time though, Centurion's just gonna be going in immediately. His ultimate as well. And Booney's just creating so much space for the entire team. Whalefish with a hero play onto Nathan. He's just gonna get surrounded, scorned by the entire team, and eventually shut down by Centurion, and all the damage has been completely mitigated because the res is already through. Nathan's back up, Booney's already in their spawn.
I really need to see some coordination between Allegro and Willfish, but they're just going in one by one, and it's just a little bit unfortunate. I mean, this is definitely not a typical team comp they usually play, and but like yeah, I think they need some more coordination to make this work better.
I think it might be a bit overcooked. It was working good on the first point, but now I think it's overcooked.
Yeah, it is overcooked, definitely.
Booney with a quick stat, 0 enemies shattered, 5 mentals destroyed. I don't think he has he shattered anybody this game? I don't think he has. I think that's like actually a genuine statistic. Because he missed the one on first point, he missed the one on third point. I think he might have actually shattered 0.
I mean, he could have shattered someone, but he definitely didn't kill anyone.
Oh, he is confirmed. 2 shatters. Two shatters.
Okay, 2 shatters done. Okay.
You're still
But
hiding.
I would sort of disagree with the solely being a tank diff. I think the Endor Ewoks sort of have to figure out this composition that they're running
I've been patient.
as quickly
And
as they can.
What's a little while
Yeah, and
longer?
Junkrat was really working well at controlling the hotel room in the first point, but I'm not sure about after that. The thing is, from what I know, Nadir is Junkrat one trick on DPS. Am I right or wrong? But,
I believe so. He was on my team in the first season, and I think whenever he played, he was on Junkrat. I'm not sure. Yeah. Whalefish going in early with the engagement, but all the util is just going to be used on him. He manages to get out with his life, but
yeah, I mean,
still a very awkward
like,
situation.
yeah, they baited a lot of resource, and I'm seeing some like a good plays from team. Whalefish is looking into the hotel room, which is like where Nadir get a lot of value. So yeah, it doesn't look so bad.
But Rusty did TP up to the high ground, did get found out by Centurion. But Pig's going towards both sides at the moment. Whalefish is trying his best to contest the point, but gets pinned in by Booney. Now the momentum sort of stopped, and Centurion's just been absolutely pressuring out this back line. Algro may be able to take the high ground, but it's just so hard, and you can see composition switch is already happening. Farah against the Farah, I mean, if you can't beat it, join it.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't a bad idea just to take attention from the Aurora. Not a bad play, in my opinion. Guinea did a 700, so it would dry out. I mean, he just needs to play slow.
Yeah, they need to play slow. They need to find a way onto this high ground position, but Laura's still doing a great job with these early picks. He shuts down Nuttier first, and he also shuts down Algro too. Meteor Strike comes through, but he doesn't have his entire team. It doesn't have himself either. Gets pinned. The util on the way out isn't really found. Manages to escape with his life again, but risky situations with Whalefish, especially not with his team, and eventually gets punished for a bit of over-aggression.
Lore is doing really good at clicking ads, and I'll just report him if I see him on my game.
He's doing an exceptional job of it. And because they can't take out the new Guinea Pig's effective positioning, they can't take out this Centurion just playing around hotel, staying in the air. Corey's completely protected, so the heals are always there. They need something big, and Booty's gonna come up big first. The shatter, the overclock, the combination play, and it comes up absolutely massive.
Yeah, like since they just won off like more clicking head before fight, they just have like a lot of ult to use this fight. But two ults are coming from the Ewoks, so and it's like a pretty destructive DPS ult. So
That feels much better.
Rusty Goomba also opting to make some
I
swaps.
personally think Zarya able to enable DPS ult would be pretty nice, but that didn't happen and he's matching the Reinhardt.
I mean, at this point in time, they're just throwing stuff at the wall. If you can't beat it, join it. But Nuttier, definitely not overcooking with that one. I'll say that much.
Yeah, that was a big play from the Nuttier. He just got like 3 hits from the Q button. Again, it's the same Q button.
Rooney with the self-inflicted fire dip in the chat.
Oh, Lauren Cassidy. The thing about Cassidy is like, due to distance damage reduction, it will be pretty hard to counter Farah in my opinion, but at least they got the boost to shoot the Farah at least.
I don't know. I would think that, like, the soldier would be a better counter.
Or Ash, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Ash should be pretty nice, since he's pretty good at looking at.
Something to sort of put up a stop here, but looks like it's going to be stopped a bit at Arch. Whalefish finding it very hard to sort of push his way through. Rusty looking for some space, but there's always the threat of this Farah. The Corey's going to unleash the Valkyrie as they go through. Laura's going to be the first one to find a pick. Now Booney looking to collapse inwards. Laura attempts to find it. Booney shatters nothing. And 2 ult used from Guinea Pigs. Nothing found.
Yeah, like Hainan combo usually works pretty well with the Lucio and not against the Lucio, and they don't have Lucio and they do have Lucio.
It's very hard to set that up if you are the new Guinea Pigs, but They were able to set something big up, too. Even despite Whalefish's shadow, Booney still sends him back to the grave.
They need either ult or flank to break this choke, but they're a little bit. They do have some ult coming up. They can maybe like try to like deep engage to break the choke, but then Kisne will follow up. Yeah, Kisne followed up.
Fires is online too as well. But Booney's doing a great job of denying this space, protecting it. Nutty's eventually going to find that pick. They are able to break the choke at the cost of a couple ultimates. And they still have Nuttier with this Riptire online. We've seen him come up massive with this in the past.
Yeah, thing is like since they're running Pharmacy, the Guinea Pigs doesn't really have like an option of skip this out, and they just use Kiriko to match the beat. But I think you should have like direction a little bit behind to stabilize more. But they just walked in, and Kitsune got denied.
Nuttier's going to be found up in the top room by Centurion. That's a great check by him. Riptire's going to be unleashed though. Oh. Centurion, the movement though. Oh my gosh, he dodges the Riptire and then immediately goes in for the ultimate. He's going to trade it out, but instantly rezzed through by Corey. And this feels like Guinea Pigs have the momentum here. And we're entering last fight territory for the Endor Ewoks.
That's a big play from Centurion, and Ewoks pull out the Widow, but I personally don't think Widow with the Junkrat, Reinhardt won't be effective against the Pharah.
It's just so tough for them to find a pick. Even if you hit the Pharah, even if you hit the Mercy, if it's not a headshot, what does it really matter? But
I mean, they clicked the Mercy somehow.
And Booney with the trade though, like what? That pin came from like 10 miles away. Now looking for another one too. EJ's on the point. The shadow comes through. Booney said he doesn't need it, but I mean, that was looking clean for the New Guinea Pigs.
A lot of big plays from the Guinea last map and this map looking pretty good. He is always making a big play on the last fight.
You also got to give some credit to Laura too. I mean, this fight didn't go his way, and we look at this from his perspective. The fact that this didn't go his way, that's crazy, right? Like, yeah, like somebody clip that for real. Like that was insane by Laura.
That was a big play. Ooh, somehow Ewoks are playing out the Circuit Royale. That's interesting. I mean, definitely like Ewok have like a lot of good like range DPS, but like Laura looks pretty sharp today. So I don't know. Laura looks pretty sharp today.
And the other thing is with Circuit Royale, you're enabling the pharmacy too. Like that was cooking you.
I personally, Pharmacy is. It is definitely strong on certain point, but like it struggles on certain point, and I think because of those struggling point, I don't think Farmers is that OP in circular in my opinion. But yeah, gotta see. I mean, it was working pretty well on the past like a circular games on the Aurora in my opinion. So yeah, gotta see. But it looks like Sant is out.
Yep, Sent's gonna be out and Papa Triste is gonna be in.
So it looks like they're not gonna play the Pharmacy.
I mean, we got Nathan moving over to the DPS. As a reminder, Nathan is the ringer in for Goku this match. And we have basically a standard composition overall. Papa Triste usually leading into that support role. But some big switch ups from the Endor Ewoks. You got Rusty Goomba moving over to the tank. And I like this. The Whalefish on Circuit Royale is massive for the hit scan potential.
Yeah, they have like a Whalefish Allegro DPS line with the Lost Goomba tank, which is like great Sigma. One of like S tier or at least A tier Sigma players in the Aurora right now. And yeah, support lineup EJ not here. Solid. So yeah, looking pretty good.
Initiating match.
So do go in Circuit Royale.
I have seen some. Yeah, I mean both teams look solid. I would say like the Corey will have like a lot of like support poking potential on this map. Support matters a lot, but at the same time I think Sniper is one that matters most in this map. And Guinea is starting with the ball. That's also an interesting choice. And looks like Ewoks are going with classic double sniper, double bulk support, double damage support with the Sigma, a classic comp in Circuit Loyal, and looks like guinea pigs are cooking a little bit in my opinion. Gotta see what happens. It isn't really a bad comp. I would say the bull definitely do work on circuit. Just it's not gonna be solid or traditional. I would say versus like a full bulk comp. I would say, but technically bull does counter their comp, and there's no reason that it was not gonna work.
We'll see. I mean, Rusty Goomba honest about what tank he's playing.
And damage
Booney.
versus Jordan is basically snipers too, so basically both teams are running double sniper.
So have to see. Booney definitely looking for the disruption onto this high ground. Probably one of the most insurmountable points of Circle Royale first is the fact that they're able to sit up on the high ground. They got the pylon placed in a place that nobody can really affect it but Booney. So it's all gonna be sort of dependent on Booney's rollouts and how the team can benefit from it as well. First pick's gonna come through for Elgro though, but it's quickly rezzed. Booney's just doing a great job on this backline.
Yeah, you get a little pick. I would like to see some break swap from the Ewoks. That would be pretty nice against the bull in my opinion, but they just got a Sombra. I personally think Brig would just be like perfect. Looks like they're not gonna swap.
We'll see. I mean, they're already more than halfway to some ultimates, so... Oh, there it is. You're exactly right. Nodir onto the Brig. Definitely somebody who is known for his Brig and can definitely put up some big protection for the team with that, but Alberto's down.
It isn't bad, but the Brig, full support's down. Now it's gonna be impossible.
And the entire team of Endor Ewoks are gonna get the far spawn as well.
Yeah, even though Allegro died on that touch, I think it was pretty possible because they do have like a good comp to sustain on the point, but they just fold out one by one. It's definitely not like favoring them, but it was definitely possible. They can start to fall off.
Booney's definitely looking for some early action here, or at least to check to see where the Endor Ewoks are deciding to set up. I'll go with the Sombra swap, probably a counter towards Booney. That ultimate almost got denied there, but Booney does manage to find a pick with the mines. Now he's just going in, and
Booney is carrying so hard. And considering they are like rocking double counter dedicated to the ball, like this is not looking good that Booney is able to do that much with Sombra Break. Touching needed to be happening, but it just didn't happen.
yeah, when you have a 5-minute time bank, I don't think it matters what map it is. It's a scary situation. Papa Triste is even going in straight for the aggressive belt. Doesn't get punished for it either. Whalefish does manage to find a pick, but it gets traded out. Nutty's just jumping in, a desperation play maybe. But Laura's just cooking with this overclock. Even when it falls apart, even when the team starts falling apart, he can stand strong, he can stand true. He can fight both DPS on the other side as well. Elgo, the final one who gets the trade, but throughout this entire time, progress has been made. Rusty Goomba swapped over to the Doomfist.
And
The Endor Ewoks. Yeah, Endor Ewoks are looking... It's looking very rough right now.
Yeah, it does. But Doomfist works pretty well against the bull. Thing is, like, usually Doomfist is hard against a good Ana player, and Curry is known for his Ana gameplay, so gotta see.
Laura is... Elgro is at least looking for the spawn camp on Laura. Isn't gonna find it now as Booney comes back, but already some great card progress. Well, they're distracted. And a great hack from Elgro too. Yeah, I don't think Laura's too happy about Elgro's presence. Sort of counter basically everybody on the team.
Yeah. Ooh, use too much cooldown.
And Algo's just trying to cook on the back line, but he's not going to be able to find anything. Didn't have a translocator out and gets shut down by Corey.
Yeah, he really cannot go for the back line, like he's gonna get punished unless like he fought like someone just pull down.
Especially when Corey is just so proficient too.
Yeah.
And at the moment, like, even though the hack comes through on Booney, the distraction is effectively enough. Nadia tries to find the shutdown, but every time, Papa Trista is just there with the res. Whalefish finally unleashes the dragons. See if he can find anything. He's gonna manage to shut down Nathan. That's a big pick. He did have played there.
Thing is, like, the Ewoks definitely do have a good comp to stabilize against the dive. What they need to do is just play slow, don't pick, like, lower with the damage boost, and just shoot down anyone who's coming in. I think they just need to play safe, but, looks like Lore is still getting a lot of picks, so gotta see.
Lore definitely looking to be enabled however he can.
Well,
Whalefish is starting to cook too. I'm not gonna lie. He's managing to find some really big picks, and they actually can go for the res and get shut down by Algro.
They've been getting a lot of picks. They're pushing in, but like, sorry, their tank is down, so.
But this feels a lot more refined from the Endor Ewoks. They are taking fights, they're finding who's picked, but Nathan's actually going to be the one who goes through picks in this situation. Nadia goes to the back, tries to shut it down, doesn't find it. Nathan's back in on Whalefish, gets that pick too. Now, New Guinea pigs are really enabled on this point. Rusty Goomba's going to go for a bit of stall. He's built up his ultimate, but that's all he's got.
Yeah, but like they two fight so awkward that like the guinea pigs are not gonna be able to push hard that much, and they will not gonna be able to like find me, I would say.
Dragon's gonna send all the New Guinea pigs off of site. Now, Booney's on. Rusty Goomba's jumping in, and Nodia's going absolutely astronomical on the point as well. They find the shutdown on Booney. Doesn't even look like Corey can get out, just trying to hide, run for his life in this situation. But now just getting bullied around. Gets to sleep on the Rusty Goomba though. I don't think this is a winnable fight, especially when EJ TP's in. The entire team's there. That's a big stagger.
Yeah, he just got staggered, unfortunately. Yeah, it will be very hard for them to push the last point, but as long as Brick marks it, it's fine. He's pushing. Oh, I mean, he created a lot of space.
He's effectively the big distraction, but if the distraction gets taken out before the rest of the team can even capitalize, what is it doing? It's waving the flag in the air saying, yo, look at me, and if nobody is there to take the follow-up and take the sort of situation that your tank's giving you, you can't create those good situations. But now Booney coming back, this time on a more sort of stereotypical character, now on the Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan is definitely good at pushing the last bit of the point.
More at the overclock. Nutty's doing his best to sort of deny it from the site, but sort of just gets rocked down for Booney. Booney's looking to push Whalefish back in this situation. Papa Tree's here with the Valkyrie as well. Multiple ults are about to come online for the Endor Ewoks here too. This might be a winning fight at this point in time. And the switches are coming out, coming out from the Endor Ewoks, but it looks like the New Guinea pigs are going to be able to cap with only 7 seconds. I gotta say, that was a good hold from the Endor Ewoks.
Good Ryan swap, and Roar really did capitalize well on the space created by the Reinhardt. Just one thing, like on when he was on the ball, I think like he's touching the point and like enabling his team to walk in instead of getting holded in front of the door in starting door of the third point. That was really good play, but I personally think like if he maybe disengaged and joined his team after like making them walking back would be pretty nice. But yeah, I mean he carried after that fight, so who cares?
The Endor Ewoks now, they have the most to do. They're down 0-2 in this series. This is effectively the map point for the New Guinea pigs, and they need to push it all the way and then some. They need to have the time advantage going into this overtime. It's how they sort of get themselves back on their feet and try to fight for the reverse sweep in this situation.
I'm smelling the over the roof Lifesaver funny elevator.
Can you explain to somebody who doesn't know Overwatch as well, what is this over the roof funny Lifeweaver elevator?
Oh, so they will basically use the life fever, and if you jump on the right timing on the life fever's elevator, they can be able to. Well, they're holding
Wait,
over the
wait,
door.
wait. They're gonna see that now because
Oh.
they're now just teleporting up onto Booney. Booney's gonna jump through. Nutty's forced to use the elevator to send himself up in the air, and that Whifflefish just falls apart. Corey's pick two. I don't think that was the plan by any means. I mean, you worked on explaining it, but
Playing up there is alright. Not a bad idea, but like I feel like there was only 2 people up there, which was a little bit unfortunate thing, and Booney should have not maybe charged out. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were planning the life fever elevator plan, but since they just got a pick, why don't they just push the cart? Big play!
both of them go off the side. Hey, big pin though, big pin.
I mean, yeah, he got a whole charge. He got the whole charge. Lusty Goomba got a whole charge, and also like some ego check, I guess.
I mean, but Nathan's winning the duels against his counterparts. So even though Rusty Goomba got the L charge, obviously, got the better situation, the Endor Ewoks are going to be put on pause for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, Life Fever is preparing the funny elevator strat, but
Yeah.
the rest of the team is not following on that.
Nobody wants to do it. Nutty's just gonna go over by himself. Nutty just jumped over, and he just gets instantly obliterated by Nathan too. Rusty Goomba goes in off a TP, and everything just falls apart. Yo, Nathan masterclass right now though.
Yeah, I mean, Nodir is wanna cook something, but the thing is, like, that thing definitely need to practice the jumping on the elevator. There's a chance that some of your teammates might fail, and it could be like a three-man engage when it's supposed to be the 5-man engage. So it is a little bit risky when it's like not practiced, something that's not practiced like perfectly. But yeah, he was cooking something, and looks like his team didn't want it to try. Unfortunate. But now he's on Zen, which is not a bad idea.
But it also, yeah, he also gets picked off at the start. Rusty Goomba finds the early, but Dragons are gonna split the point in half, and Rusty Goomba hits the shatter down as well, finds some space for the team.
Maybe he wanted to destroy the brake on the car, I guess, maybe. So he moves faster, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, I respect these like crazy TP plays. I've done some of these crazy TP plays before, and they're like really fun. It just has to be executed all at the same time. And the execution's coming on all sides here. Dragons, strike, all utilized, and Booney with another completely whiff shatter. If there's one thing you can count on, it's Booney whiffing the shatter.
Allegro created some space by the tipping into their backline. On the high ground, I would say. It's not really back line, but it was the high ground behind that, so.
My apologies, Booney got one, not a Ghostbuster. And now Booney finds Allegro.
Wow,
Eventually
he's
gets him shut
listening
down.
to the test. That's not fair, that's not fair.
Yeah, come on. To be fair, this match, Booney, I haven't said King's Rose where like points go to time banks go to die. So like I really hope he's proud of me for that. Rusty Goomba trying to cook. Booney tries to cook back. They just make a big X across the field and no trades come through. But Nathan finally finds Nuttier as well. So now Endor Ewoks at a bit of a disadvantage, but multiple ults are about to come online for the Endor Ewoks. As Rusty Goomba just attempts to grab some space. Laura and Nathan, though, are doing such a good job of dictating the pace of these fights. EJ with the ultimate, though, shuts down Booney, shuts down Nathan. Papa Teresa's gonna opt to use the Valkyrie, try to keep her team alive and well.
Taking a lot of gold to make sure cleaning up the fight after being picked. Nice play. I think they could have gold. I mean, they have like a lot of pulp DPS, so it's okay to walk out, I guess. So they forced both ramp and a trance that's actually big, but they don't really have any ult to capitalize on that.
And Dragons go through too.
Yeah, and Symmetra's gonna hold that choke hard. They're not gonna be able to walk out. If they walk out, they're gonna get beamed by turret and they're gonna all die.
This offensive Symmetra now seems very in tune with what Rusty Goomba's trying to do, and now that Obviously, no cooks are trying to be had with some Life Weaver elevator. Feels like a better spot. I think Booney knows about this. I think Booney's like, Booney's gonna find, he's gonna walk into this room, and Rusty Goomba's gonna be there to greet him. Rusty Goomba, he's gonna manage to get out, but a bit of funny to be had.
Oh, but the LOS is, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. You got a pick. Nice counter pin and follow up.
And Rusty Goomba's allowed to go aggressive, and he's gonna send himself straight in. Corey attempts to TP to save Nathan, but that's just gonna cost 2 lives now to the guinea pigs. This isn't looking as sustainable now. Rusty Goomba's set up on the high ground too.
Thing is, they will be able to hoard chalk pretty well. They need more angle for their DPS, but they're like stacking all on the main. Well, Rusty Goomba got a pick. that's big.
Yeah, and Algo's still up there holding the high ground. Lore can't go through. The wall's there too. Lore just does find the pick though. Slide through with overclock is going to be enough to make some space. But still a duel happening down on point. Rusty Goomba's going to win it. Arrest is going to come through. Papa Triste still coming in massive with this Valkyrie. And Booney dancing, moving on the point with a pin all the way through. Finds Whalefish. That's exactly what he needed. Now between Nuttier, Rusty Goomba. Rusty Goomba's just going to decide, okay, let's back up. Let's reset. Looking down. Very, very scary player.
Time doesn't look bad, but this is like circuit oil last kick, last meter. Like, this is not that easy to push. It's like technically last 3 meter, but it is definitely a hard part to push. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. I mean, 1 minute and 30 seconds to push 3 meters. Doesn't seem that hard, but oh, they're getting high ground with the Steam TP. Looking pretty nice.
Yeah, it's good. They got everybody up there. Nuttier's still left on the low ground. If anybody finds Nuttier on this low ground position, it could be risky. And he does get scanned out there, but Rusty Goomba's gonna act first. Booty's gonna act on Nuttier though. He's gonna find the first pick in this fight. So now the tanks are on either side, on both backlines, creating a lot of space. Laura, who's gonna be able to find the second pick, give New Guinea guinea pigs an advantage in this fight. And Rusty with a big shatter. That's gonna almost find Booney, but a great cleanse comes through from Clory. Dragon's invested in the fight as well.
Looking not bad. Thing is, like, I think Nuttier and Whalefish could have maybe stopped during the 2-5 faster than be fine, but yeah, they were just too late. And it's like 22 seconds left. It will be very hard for Ewoks to cook something over here.
Their saving grace is the support ult. They need to get Nuttier on with this trance. They need to get EJ to set up the EMP in a good spot. And they've made the swap over onto Doomfist to try and open up a touch situation where they can get their entire team back, set up the fight together. Both ultimates used at the exact same time in tandem. And now Nuttier is able to sort of back up the rest of his team, but actually send himself onto the high ground position. Booney, meanwhile, in the back line, finds Whalefish, swing on EJ too. EJ shut down as well. Rusty Goomba doesn't know where to focus, doesn't know who to point the gun at.
Guinea again, Guinea on last fight again. Like, he literally just like doing so much every time on like specifically on the last fight each map. He is doing amazing to secure the win.
And that's going to secure the win and the series for the New Guinea guinea pigs. Always, in my opinion, one of the best named teams in the league, and also will be your champions for the Marshmallow Monster Bowl. I gotta say, they looked in amazing form tonight. I always had to wonder what they could do with a ringer compared to a team that didn't have one, but I mean, Nathan was definitely cooking. There's no doubt about that, and the entire team really integrated him well and all worked together as a cohesive unit.
Yeah,
so big props to them.
Yeah, it looked really great from the New Guinea guinea pigs. Wow. And I was surprised at how much Booney is doing today. That was amazing to see.
Yeah, well, that will be the series, a 3-0 win, but we still had some work to do on the desk. We got to name ourselves a MVP of the match.
For me, it's Booney, clear. No doubt. Oh, actually, Lord did really good too.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up Laura as the second possibility too. And to be fair, the entire team was cooking too.
Yeah,
they had some crazy team play.
They did really good. Like Nathan did like pop up. Like I've definitely seen like some pop up moments from the Nathan and like Corey and Papa Trees. Like they did all great. But like if I have to choose one, I'll still go with the Bunny since like I think last fight is what really matters the most in Overwatch, and he's the guy who literally did the most on every map on the last fight specifically. So I'll still go for the Bunny. But like yeah, like that 4K on the Kings Row lore almost did like 5K alone. That was crazy. Nathan's like lotto pick on the circuit royale, like play of the game, crazy. Curry's sleep dart and nade against the Doomfist, really good. Yeah, like it and Papa Tree's like pocketing lore was enabled so much because of it. So like yeah, everyone did like so good. But
And obviously Centurion too on the bench as well.
oh yeah,
He may not be in on that last match,
Oh,
but we can't forget about him.
I was looking at the scenes, and yeah, I'm definitely missing something. But like Central's Farah did really good, and like it did literally destroy. Like Nadia was doing so much on the first point on the Kings Row, he got like really like it made Nadia's job like really hard. The Central's Farah just made Nadia's job super hard. That like before that Nadia was doing like great, but Centurion just like yeah, did amazing job on the Farah on the Kings Row.
All right. Well, I'm gonna type Booney left the lobby, but I'm gonna type in Booney MVP join, and then I'm gonna ping him somewhere. Oh, he's back. Oh, I mean I can't drag him. He's the only one with the perms. MVP. You have
I'm
perms?
here.
Yeah, get him. Oh, Booney's here.
Booney MVP.
I can move myself, man. I kind of own the Discord server.
No, you can't move yourself. You're not allowed to do that. I'm sorry. Like that's not legal.
Sure.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your win. You guys are the Marshmallow Monster Bowl champions. How does that feel?
Feels good, man. You know, it was an up and down season, but glad the team could end on a high note. The comms were definitely up, and everybody had a good time. I'm glad that we were able to get Laura in for one more game. Sad Goku couldn't be there, but Nathan popped off. So
So
feels
tell
good,
me,
man.
tell me a bit about your team and your journey throughout this season, because I feel like throughout the season, obviously we get to see teams progress through highs and lows, and it feels like you definitely had that up and down season, as you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, we just had a lot of good support players, so we didn't really have the role flexibility we wanted, so it led to some tough situations. Then we made some big trades mid-season. Was a little too late for playoff hopes, but bringing in Lore, bringing in Guku, they're big contributors there towards the end. And, you know, I think it's kind of a win-win trade in that situation. The Gators got Real Dog and Fruitals, and they popped off. So, honestly, I think win-win for both teams. Like you said, kind of a lows a couple times this season, but we did have a couple highs, and it was good for the old heads to win some games. You know, the OGs from Go for Watch League with Triste, Corey, Guku, Centurion. You know, basically the retirement home got one more last run together, and it was fun.
Yeah, and the moment I saw that team get assembled, I was like, oh, these guys are gonna have fun. They may not win, they may not lose, who knows, but they're gonna have fun together. And I'm glad you were able to have fun. Now talk to me about this match specifically. Obviously, there's a lot of tank v tank in the chat, some Ryan duels, almost a Doomfist duel, but we unfortunately didn't get to see that. But how was facing off against both Whalefish and Rusty Goomba?
Both very highly skilled players. Because you have Whalefish, who's a DPS savant, known for that Hanzo, known for the hit scan, but pulled out the Zarya, was kind of hard pounding on it. Then, you know, I was like, okay, if he's gonna go only Zarya, I'm gonna go Winston. And of course, the one time I go Winston, he goes Reinhardt. So I swapped on back. But yeah, Whalefish put up a great fight in the man-on-man. You know, I was hitting Ghostbusters, he was hitting Big Shatters. So, and then me and Riley, the classic, me and Rusty Goomba, man-on-man on Circuit Royale. I don't think any of us really did anything on Circuit Royale except charge in and die, but it was a good match all around. And yeah, sadly the Boonfist was sheathed for next season because, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I called a man-on-man first, so I was like, okay, they're gonna go Reinhardt. And then they said go Boonfist. I'm like, okay, I'll go Boonfist. Just jump out of spawn, punch back in, switch back, you know, for the funsies. But then they're on Doomfist. I recommitted, so we did not get to see the Boomfist, but maybe next season, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. He can come out.
Maybe next season. I think that's what sort of it is for a lot of teams, the last hurrah for sort of an experience. And it's good that we have this format now because everybody gets a chance to fight for their last win, fight for their last spot.
And I
Typhoon,
mean
you got
that's
any?
the yeah, that's the quick thing I want to say about the bowl game format is I mean because our both our teams, the Endor Ewoks and the Guinea Pigs, I'm gonna be honest, we sucked, you know, in terms of the record and everything, but we got to come in and have a pretty it was a 3-0, but it definitely didn't feel like that. It was a very close match on every map that we played. So then we got to came in, face a team of very equal skill, and both teams I think at the end of the day looked like they had fun with their comps and talking in the chat. So honestly, a good addition for this season. Who knows if it comes back next season, but fun to give it a shot.
Typhoon,
All
do
right.
you got any big questions?
Oh yeah, I do. Obviously everyone in your team had a pop-up moment, but I kind of noticed that you always did something huge on the specifically on the last fight every map. Um, is there any like secret behind it that because like a lot of people usually struggles or get nervous and do bad things or stupid things on the last fight, but you always did like great on the last fight. Is there any secret behind it?
I think really the only secret is just experience. I've been here since the intramurals of season 0. I've been playing Overwatch competitively, quote unquote. I'm a low rank player, but competitively for at this point like 7-8 years. So it's just having the experiences, big matches. I not to flex, but I won season 2 of Overwatch League. But just having that experience, and I knew like this game I kind of felt like I could be loose because it was a bowl game. It wasn't like I don't know how it's better to say, but butt clenching, butt cheek clenching, stress. So just be able to come out here, have fun. It was a bigger game, but it was still for fun. So I'll just play loose, play my game, which is flank and find shatters and do all the fun stuff like that. So I think no real secret to it, just experience, but also being able to take risks. I think a lot of players, a lot of lower players are scared, like you said, to make that mistake. But I think if you know, time it correctly, if you calculate when to make these big plays, you can definitely pull it off. So
Yeah,
I'd say
you
have fun
definitely.
and take risks.
Yeah, I think yeah, you were definitely like very like having fun and like not having nervous and like definitely made like a lot of good plays. Um, are you aware that the Sombra that you pinned on the last fight on the Samoa had an EMP?
Yes, we called EMP before the
Nice.
fight started, and I just randomly pinned in, found the Sombra. I was like, well, okay, EMP's out, so we can win. Yeah,
That was big. I
it,
loved that.
and also on the last fight at King's Road, not to toot my own horn again, but I call exactly where the Junkrat was going to be when he had tires. So
Yeah.
we were able to shut him down then as well. So I mean, honestly, just the team clutched up last fights too. It wasn't all just me. We were able to all make some big plays, but it
Yeah,
was
everyone
pretty
did great.
it was pretty fun to have some big like Circuit Royale. Just remember the Shatter the last fight, and then same on King's Row. Just able to really oh, and I also had one in Samoa when I did the turn Shatter on Whalefish. So I mean, honestly, yeah, is not an innocent. I did pop off. You know what? Thank you. I did pretty damn good.
Yeah, you did pretty damn good. Well, that's all the question that I have. Um, who do you think deserve the MVP other than you if you have to choose one?
A lot of very good shout outs. I can give a quick shout out to everybody on my team, honestly, for a great season. Yeah, Centurion, who's always willing to flex, always big in the comms. Triste, great captain. She made the trade, she made all the adjustments, and was willing to take one for the team. Corey, my duo in the season on the support, able to keep me alive. But today it was definitely Lore. My guy was going crazy with it. He was when he joined the VC today, he said that if we sweep, he would shotgun and Arizona and Arnold Palmer spiked, and that's where the picture is in Overwatch General is the Arnold Palmer that he shotgunned. So, but I think the Laura, because I mean it's easy to point out the big plays he had, such as the 4K on Kings Row, the overclock when we are all dead, or just any clutch pick that he found. But just throughout the entire series, he was big in comms. He was huge on what to call, what to play, as well as hitting those nasty shots that we know that Laura is capable of doing. So definitely would be Laura for me.
Yeah, he was definitely one of our consideration for the MVP. Thanks for the interview, and I think where do you have anything else to say?
In my opinion, I got nothing else to say from both an interview perspective and a desk perspective. And I mean, Booney, if you want to do the honors and close us out, I feel like this is your league, your season, and you're the one who has blessed us with such an amazing experience here. So if you want to, it's all yours. I'm giving you the opportunity.
All right, well, everybody, thank you all so much for watching the Royal Overwatch Clash Marshmallow Monster Bowl between the New Guinea Guinea Pigs and the Endor Ewoks. Very close match on both sides. Both teams played well, and hopefully both teams had a fun season. We send our regards to them as they are done. But, of course, moving on forward, we will have the Pelican Bowl on Sunday, October 22nd at 10 p.m. It will be brought to you by me and Real Dog on the cast, so if you're interested in staying up late with us for some fun Overwatch shenanigans, make sure to do that. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Go Pigs.